My name is Kevin Noers. We're fourth generation here on this farm. Been in our family for approximately 90 years. So my brother Matthew and I are kind of taking over from where my dad left off. Originally this land was row crop primarily, and since then we've migrated to more of a beef cow and sheep operation. NRCS kind of been along with this the whole way. We use them for technical assistance and also support.
NRCS works with landowners like Kevin and Matthew to help them look at their place. We listen to their objectives, see what their objectives are, then we go out there, we assess the resources that they have on the ground.
From the initial visit back in 17 when we met with the technician, we got a grazing plan established, a drought plan. We've also planned and completed about a mile of water line, which has been a great benefit to allow us to subdivide these 500 acres into 25, 30 acre paddocks.
His biggest concern was having permanent vegetation for grazing and then being able to actually utilize that permanent vegetation by having water in the appropriate locations. Because ultimately you can have great vegetation or you can have great water, but if you don't have both, you can't utilize it the way you want to. The big thing on soil health is we don't want a lot of disturbance. We want a living root at all times. But when we get to a place like this, the final step is appropriate integration of livestock on the land. And that's really where the Noers family was at on this location. This area had been farmed, they had gotten back to a permanent living root. There's very little disturbance out here, they don't plow anything, so they needed to work on implementing livestock in a way that was beneficial to the soil. And rotational grazing and leaving a lot of vegetation in place, only taking half of a plant at any given time, take half, leave half, is really what we were focusing on here. And by giving them water in a lot of appropriate locations, that's basically what we were able to do as far as allowing them to rotate appropriately.
Livestock needs, they need shade, they need water, and they need grass. So the water pipeline was definitely a big help for us. And without the technical assistance, I don't think that we would have turned out with as good of a working system that we currently have.
It's diversified their operation drastically. At one time this was cropland and it's been converted back into native rangeland. It gives them diversity and more ability to graze their livestock across larger areas of their land now.
Everyone in my family, has a strong love for this place. It's where we come back to and call home and gather when we want to get together. I feel fortunate that I'm able to continue, where my dad, grandparents left off, and also continue for future generations to make a living on this property.